Hi, my name is John, and I want to talk a little bit about my 1968 Ford Galaxie 500. I've had this car since 1998, a little under 10 years. This car was built in April of 1968 at the Ford plant in Los Angeles, California. Its district shipping code was San Jose. So to the best of my knowledge, this car has spent its entire life in and around the Bay Area. I don't know exactly how many owners it's had before me. I'm going to guess about 2 or 3. This car came with an odd combination of trim packages. This person ordered chrome siding, which was standard on the LTD but not the Galaxie. Manual transmission that was a 3-speed on the column. The steering is power steering, non-power assist brakes. And oddly enough, it has air conditioning, so an odd mix of trim levels. When I got it, it was in a bit of disarray. The one thing I will say for it is that the overall body was straight with very little rust, common for a California car, but the carpets were rotten and mildewy on the inside. The car had obviously suffered its fair share of water damage, and it was lacking its fair share of tender loving care. And that's kind of where I came in. One of the first things I did was give it a good wax job to try to shine it up. I open up the hood, which is a little hard to do with one hand. This is a 390 engine. I had this rebuilt in October of 1998. A little over 40 or 50,000 miles that I've put on the engine in the 10 years. 390 cubic inches is the equivalent of 6.4 liters. That's a fairly sizable by today's standards, but what you have to remember is 40 years ago, to move a car that weighs 4,000 pounds, you had to do it with size and displacement. This is an electronic distribution system that I installed in 2005, so the car runs much better and stays in time. Nice loud slam. Now you can tell this is a nice, well-built, old American car. Is that, you know, when you slam a door, it sounds solid. I alluded briefly to how unusual it is that a car this big would have a manual transmission. What the heck is that? It's a clutch on a Ford Galaxie. How often do you see that? First is down and in. Second is up and away. Third is down and away, and reverses up and towards you. The upholstery was a joke when I first got this thing, so I replaced the upholstery in 1999, new front seat upholstery, and the back was in decent shape, so I kept it the same. Look at the size of this trunk. I mean, that was a full-size spare tire back there, and you had all this additional space. These are LTD bezels, not Galaxie taillights. You're not supposed to be able to stick your fingers and wrap them around there. Actually, a real LTD taillight has a plastic lens that goes over this column. Original California car, how do you know? Because of the old yellow on black license plates. Everything that was built in 1968 generally started with an X or a W. So this is definitely a California car. Dual exhaust. When I first got this car, the person who had it before me had the old exhaust pipe that kind of drooped down, and he had it bailed into the trunk with chicken wire. So I decided I wanted to put dual exhaust, get a little bit more horsepower, make the car look better. The original wheel covers that went on this car are kind of an ugly dog dish style. So this is an option. It's the XL, the sport model, imitation mag wheels. I think every car ought to classic car ought to have a fire extinguisher in it, because as wiring gets older, you never know what might catch on fire. I did have the wiring harness behind the dashboard catch on fire. for me back in 2001. I remember that day well. I was on the freeway, and that was not very much fun. As the whole driver's compartment filled up with smoke, as I tried to find the emergency lane as quick as possible. I'd start the car, but I'm in a closed garage right now, so I don't want to do that. As I say, I've had the car for 10 years. I've entered it in shows, and it's been really rewarding, basically seeing this car go from a state of disrepair to something that I'm proud of. Thank you.